Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a butchering of Vampire Society, courtesy of
The
us.
Masquerade.
I don't know if people like this game or not, but we're having a fucking blast.
Yep.
You expect the same blandness you tasted a few hours ago, but this one you can actually savor. It's smoky and warm, making you think of a cozy cabin in the woods. Do you like it? We drained a lumberjack just the other day. Oh, it's so good, aged to perfection.
I
Like
believe his name was Abraham Lincoln.
for certain flavors, you have to get like a certain person in a profession. Like if you want if you want like maple blood, you got to get a Canadian, or you want like a smoky cabin, you got to get a lumberjack.
If you want a little more sweetness, you do go for a Canadian lumberjack to get that extra mapley flavor to it.
You want something a little bit spicy, you go for a Hispanic man.
Either Hispanic or Indian.
Yeah, get that spice. They got the heat in the blood. It does strike you as a strange image for your mind to jump to when drinking human blood, but it is what it is. You've never tasted anything like it. Do you like it? I think NYC caterers have very bourgeoisie ideas about what good blood should taste like. Apologies, you must have so many questions. While we're on the topic, perhaps we should start with those related to sustenance.
You're getting a little crackly.
Ah, damn it. Is that better?
Say a few more words.
Abernathy Wabblejack Pobbleduba Bibbleback.
There we go. Yeah,
Okay.
you're good.
I've also noticed that there's no music right now, so it's just us. Is there, is
Yep,
there, is there supposed to be no music?
I think so.
Oh, that's a little unsettling when it's just all on us and we can't rely on the music. Let's see. What if I refuse to drink? Yeah, because sometimes where it's like, oh, vampires can resist blood, but they're just hungry. Other times it's like, you will fucking die or you'll lose control and just kill people. Okay. Say I don't feel cool about drinking people's blood. What happens if I just stop? I understand your will to revolt against this baser instinct. I vividly remember the painful process of, rearranging my morality around after my embrace. But the simple truth is this. Embrace. The act of transforming a mortal into a vampire. The embrace... Ow, my fucking jaw. Ow. The act requires the vampire to drain her victim and then replace that victim's blood with a bit of her own. So
That
it is
makes
like
me
Interview with a
wonder.
Vampire.
I've never seen that, but this makes me wonder.
What?
If you had diabetes beforehand, like there's no blood pumping in your veins anymore,
Go
so does
on.
insulin still work, or do you not need it anymore?
I think because you're dead, you don't need it anymore.
But
Maybe.
then that brings up the question of like heroin, any just injected drug. You
What
have
the?
no blood to pump through your system. So is it just gonna stay there in your arm?
Oh man, we've
Or
got to ask Dainty about this later.
no, I must send a message now.
Oh man. If you do not feed, your hunger grows. The stronger that hunger is, the more the beast within begins to stir. When it awakens, it will take what it craves. Only you won't have a say in how or who. The beast. The inchoate drives and urges that threaten to turn a vampire into a mindless, ravening monster. Never heard someone say ravening. I've heard ravenous. Huh.
Neither have I.
Okay. As much as it might sicken you, this is your only source of sustenance now. And no matter how much you drink, you will always be tempted to have more. You can learn to control it, mind. Best start by taking a single sip from a vessel. Be prudent. Hot, fresh blood will be more satiating than most anything that can be served in a fancy glass. But it can make you more voracious. Source of blood, primarily mortal. Okay. I wonder if you could just drink, like, cow's blood and be good. As to how much you
Um,
should have, it depends. If you're frugal, you can survive many nights without a single drink. But it's risky, and it will tempt the beast. Tomorrow, I shall take you hunting, and we will explore this topic further. The blood you're having tonight should be enough to keep you at ease for now. You mentioned a beast? Yeah, we should probably look into that more, right?
Probably.
that beast you mentioned, is that a metaphor, or... Oh, it's quite real, although not in a strictly physical sense. It lives in all of us, our nature and hunger manifest. Those more religious among us connected to the biblical Cain. Okay, fucking... A mythical figure considered to be the first and most... Wait, what? Really?
Cain?
Cain was a... What? Some vampires refer to themselves as Cainites. Okay, that's news to me. I knew Cain was like the Bible's first murderer, but I didn't know he was.
Yeah, just killed his
Wait,
brother with a rock and said, I'm not in
wait.
charge of my brother.
How? Yeah, how the fuck did you go from killing a dude with a rock to being a vampire? Or was that like God's curse? It was like, for being the first murderer, I'm going to make you immortal, and you have to kill people now. How's that
Probably.
for a punishment? It's like,
Probably more of cursing you to never bask under his son's light, the light of his grace or whatever.
I don't know. It seems like a bit of a backfire in terms of curse, you know. Like it's.
Like, I will give you increased strength, immortality, but now you crave the blood of others.
So this is a
And you
punishment,
can't
right?
be out in the
Oh
sun.
yeah, it's totally a punishment. What's punishing about it? You can't
You
be in
can't
the
get
sun.
a tan. Ooh.
Ooh. The rage
You
of
won't
the
ever get
person.
that tan you've always wanted.
Cursed, my God. Seething and always just said, okay, I gotta go. I, however, am a child of the Enlightenment. Not that it makes my struggle any easier. I have been wary of every other kindred in this city and beyond. The Camarilla term for vampires as a whole, or a single vampire. According to the rumor, this term came about in the 15th or 16th century after the Anarch Revolt. Whoa, anarchy in the UK, bro! I don't know if that's what that even is.
I don't know.
I'm bad at this. Individual kindred each have a unique relationship to their beast. What yours is going to be remains to be seen. But you do need to keep it under control. Each outburst endangers not just you, but also the masquerade. The habit or tradition of hiding the existence of vampires from humanity, designed to protect vampires from the destruction at the hands of mankind. The mankind was adopted after the medieval Inquisition claimed many kindred unlives. Didn't know
The
that either.
Spanish Inquisition, you say?
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition! Okay. The concierge returns, asks for permission to intrude, which Sophie gives with a polite smile, and leans in to whisper in her ear. You note that the gallery is now almost empty. I'm being told that the gallery is about to close, but we still have quite a lot to discuss. We'll go to one of my apartments. My jalopy is waiting downstairs. Come. Wait a minute, so being a vampire is just being a fucking like landowner.
I guess so.
You're just what's the landlord? That's it. You're just a big fucking landlord collecting your
I think that's probably like, yeah, a prince is just a vampiric landlord.
Dainty's gonna hate us, man. The smile she put on makes you remember the way you felt with the Latina. It's not arousing, though. It's more like magnetic. You find it hard to argue. Okay, man, you go for Latina, not redheads. I get it. Wait, he's...
Oh, interesting.
What?
Scientists track eels to their ocean breeding grounds in world's first.
Oh, cool. Even though you're still suspicious of her authority over you, her charm momentarily wins you over. Sophie leads you to a luxurious silver Rolls Royce. Oh yeah, fucking jalopy, huh? And invites you to sit in the back. The chauffeur, a broad-shouldered, clean-shaven, middle-aged guy, starts driving immediately. Where did we leave off? I believe that wasn't me. I started telling you a bit more of other customs. You've heard the prince refer to our traditions. The chief among them is the masquerade. Okay. Oh, God!
First traditions form the core framework for the governance among the kindred. The first tradition, the masquerade, thou shalt not reveal thy true nature. The second tradition, the domain, thy domain is thine own concern. All others owe thee respect while in it. The third tradition, the progeny, thou shalt only sire another with permission of thine elder. The fourth tradition, the accounting, those thou create are thine own children. Their sins are thine to endure. The fifth tradition, hospitality, honor another's domain. Without the word of acceptance, thou art nothing. The sixth tradition, destruction, thou art forbidden to destroy another of thy kind. Thy destruction belongeth only to thine elder.
Ah. Okay, so we get to know the rules ahead of time. That's good. I like that. Ah, let me get comfy. Okay. As you might have gathered from us assembling at a niche gallery after closing time, our comings, goings, and doings tend to be somewhat secretive. We do not advertise our existence. We allow myths and modern fiction to morph and morb and muddle the facts. So the vast majority of we remain bedtime stories and pop culture icons. More largely contemptuous, kindred and kind, world at large, everything. Okay, fair enough. Say, is that one television show about a vampire angel still popular? Oh, you mean literally the show Angel. Okay. You shake your head in confusion. She shrugs and continues talking. Angel was a spin-off of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, in case you didn't
Oh,
know.
interesting.
Yeah. She shrugs and continues talking, looking a little bit more dejected than before. Our clandestine ways help us remain safe. Allow us to explain away the occasional trip up to the rational minds of the 21st century humanity, and dictate much of our interactions with mortals. I mean, the risk is death.
What's the
Doesn't
flip
matter.
side?
Oh yeah. So, like, where are the perks here? You're a vampire, but you need to keep quiet about it? What's the point? There has to be a flip side, right?
What's the side B here?
Don't get me wrong. We have power. Immense power. Influence over mortals. Immortality has its benefits too, of course. But we have many enemies, and some know our weaknesses well. For one, sunlight burns us. That's why we rest during the day. You felt it. More like being dead than being dormant, isn't it? But we have no choice. We are night dwellers, but day sleepers. Unless you go to, like, Alaska or, like, the UK or something. Where the
No,
fun
UK where it's always fucking raining and cloudy.
the sun never fucking shines. Some more folk-related threats are just legends, or occasionally a minor nuisance. Garlic, running water, even religious symbols don't repel us, unless the wielder is uniquely pure and godly. Okay, so you're good.
Interesting.
Stakes through the heart, though, that's something to avoid. They do not destroy, but they do paralyze, which, under the right circumstances, can often be the same thing. All I can think of is
Interesting.
Hotel Transylvania when he's like, "Oh, there's a stake through the heart." Yeah, well, who wouldn't that kill? That's a reason to have somebody like my trusted driver, Gregory, making sure you're safe when you drift away. We have many enemies, and they often know their advantage lies with daylight.
That
Okay,
sounds like bullshit.
Probably best not to insult the thing that just kept us alive. So it's good to keep human friends. Am I right in thinking that a human friend or two is necessary then? Or at least useful? In moderation, and best they don't know your true nature. Also, I would say that subordinates are useful, but friends? I haven't had one of those for many years now. Ha! Loser!
How droll, friends.
Arguably united under common philosophy, two most widely known sects populating the night are the Camarilla and the Anarch movement. Okay, so that's the enemy, I guess. Because we're Camarilla.
Yeah, we've joined the Camarilla.
Our little sect supplies social interactions aplenty, but it doesn't really encourage friendships. Alliances of convergence to be broken at a whim. Yes.
Convergence?
Convenience. That's more like it. Long-term solidarity does occur in the Camarilla, but we are a very politicized organization by necessity. Gross. Loyalty is to your sire, to your prince, and to the sect. Friends must remain a distant priority at best, for us to maintain the masquerade and thrive as the years pass. With age comes authority, with it influence and power, if you wish to reach for them. She seems to be lost in thought, and falls silent for a while, leaving you to ponder all the things you've learned tonight. It still feels absolutely unreal, but as piece after piece of knowledge falls into place, the image becomes almost like an entirely logical jigsaw puzzle. Whatever you wouldn't believe on your own, you've witnessed. Many questions swarm your thoughts, but the one you keep returning to is what your place in this new reality should be. The car stops. You're in the city, in front of an old, but well-renovated apartment building. We're here. Would you like to see your lodgings?
An
I mean,
apartment?
yeah.
Neat.
I get my own apartment? That's neat. Consider it the first of many gifts that I'm able to grant in exchange for loyalty. Come upstairs. She leads you through a small hall with with a night guard who greets Ms. Langley with a good evening, and you take the stairs up to the second floor. Sophie opens the door to room 209. Oh, nice! Wow, this is really nice artwork, too.
Oh, yeah.
Inside are all the amenities that you could expect from a modern apartment, and some you wouldn't have deemed necessary just the previous night, including thick blinds on the windows. Motherfucker, I will take those even now as a human! Give me that!
Mm-hmm.
The back room has a comfortable-looking bed and a thick steel door with several sturdy-looking locks but no windows. Fair. Well, how do you like it? What, can I choose another? This is great, thank you.
Yeah. Don't spit in her face.
I'm glad. Make yourself at home. Tomorrow, I will take you hunting and discuss the blood in more detail. I'll let you get comfortable. The keys are by the television set. I'll come pick you up tomorrow night. Use the back room for a rest. You can lock the doors, just in case. It stings a bit when she leaves. It's like the room suddenly became a few shades dimmer. Few shades dimmer! Fucking brain. You inspect the kitchen, hoping to find something to drink. Nothing. No regular food.
It's like
either.
actually did become dimmer. She goes out, just turns the dimmer switch off a couple notches.
Sheriff. The sheriff ensures that the traditions and the decrees of the prince are obeyed, hunts down violators, delivers just punishment. In the case of minor violations or known enemies, the sheriff is authorized to act as both judge, jail, executioner. When it comes to greater offenses, delivered accused. Okay. Sire, vampires begetter, the kindred who created them. Again. Figure that one.
Your vampire daddy, yes.
Or mommy.
Yeah.
With nothing left to do, you lie on the couch with the TV playing in the background for company. Columbo reruns. Kojak reruns. President of the United States got himself into serious trouble again.
Not a surprise.
President of the United States got himself out of trouble again. Pundits start yelling at each other about things that seemed a little bit less insignificant just 2 days ago. You start drifting off, reflecting about another night of confusing conversations and worldview-shattering revelations. How many more before you finally understand what happened to you and what you're supposed to do now? You keep coming back to the life you left behind. The people you should contact. Things you want to pick up from your apartment. You wonder when you'll have the chance for either. As you start to feel the same tiredness that made you drift into a cold sleep last night, you settle in the back room. The bed is comforting. The lack of windows less so. You leave the light bulb on. Looking at it, you realize it's the closest you'll ever come to staring at the sun on a breezy summer day again. A wave
Well, you
of
could look at it for
melancholy
about a second before it just completely destroys you.
overwhelms you. A few minutes later, your consciousness fades and you take the plunge into darkness again. Sinking, 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 sinking. Ah! What? What am I?
Oh, rest.
Am I? What do I do?
Wait, I guess.
Hunger is at the heart. Oh my god, wait, is this an actual game? I thought this was just a fucking visual novel. Hunger is at the heart of vampire's existence. To ignore it is to tempt the beast to take over to feed. To overindulge in feeding may threaten the masquerade while staining what humanity you have left. In Coteries of New York, having high hunger is indicated by a progressively thicker, bloody frame around the screen, like the one you see now.
Ah.
Okay. As your hunger grows, so does this indicator. Your hunger may increase when you call upon your vampiric powers or when you need to mend your wounds after a fight. When your hunger reaches the maximum level, you will receive a warning after you complete a piece of the story. Ignore it at your own peril. Some choices might only become visible if your hunger is high enough. Similarly, high hunger may block off some choices, as you'll be able to see after pressing continue. Oh. Oh shit.
Well, I guess
Okay.
if you're hungry, like an interaction with a normal person, you
You
might
might
not be
just
able to
kill him.
avoid.
Like you might
Yeah.
just kill him on sight. All right. Well, things are getting a whole lot more interesting. I thought this was just a simple visual novel kind of thing, but maybe this is a bit more.
But there are mechanics we need to deal with here.
Yep. So that'll be interesting. But for now, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you later.
Adios.